Hi guys, we love you here. Update on the Timothy Jones case. As we know, the jurors found him guilty. And then they went to the next phase, the penalty phase. Will he face the death penalty? Because he was doing the sanity plea. Of course, we know he's not insane. He might have had some mental issues caused by his drinking and drugs and work and, overwhelmed, stuff like that. But he was not insane. Now, we've seen a few people that we really thought they were insane. Yeah, but he's not. Womos, Elaine, who killed those men in Florida. Now, she was insane. I don't know if she was insane at the time of the killing, but she sure was insane before she was put to death. Now, she had lost her goddamn mind. Now, but this man killed his own flesh and blood in a disgusting way and dumped them along a roadside also in a disgusting manner. He might have been remorseful at the time, but he just carried on and did what he did. But maybe, after all these years, he's been getting some medical help and no longer on alcohol and drugs, and he's on the proper medication, which in itself he should have took upon himself to see a doctor and to get treated for his mental health, knowing that it runs in the family and knowing that he too was abused as a child by certain people, not everybody, but he was also abandoned in a way. And yes, he may have had a rough time, but he grew as an adult and got a good job and got educated and got out of that situation, which many don't get out of that situation. But he could have had a breakdown of sorts. He was a very controlling man. I guess in his head he didn't think he was doing nothing wrong. But he was. But also there was people around him knew he wasn't right. And maybe if the CPS or somebody, the social workers, the police could have got involved a little bit more. Maybe they could have paid attention to people reporting stuff and not brush it to the side. And hopefully, as time goes by, these cases are in the news every single day that parents are killing their children for one reason or another, that when somebody reports something, could we take it a bit more seriously? This is a serious matter, that children cannot defend themselves against abuse. Yet, nobody does nothing about it. Too scared to do anything about it, because once they report it, if the police don't do nothing, the CPS don't do nothing, the courts don't do nothing, then they are a target themselves. And then maybe they feel bad about it and won't report nothing again. So, but maybe the law has to change about, the CPS and the courts to do different things. If one parent has money and the other parent don't have money, they can't fight for their rights as much as a person that has a good lawyer. This is wrong. they can sit there in court and accuse you of being the bad person and doing this and doing that, and end up getting custody, and really they're the worst one of them too. But it's not fair. The law is not fair when going for custody for the children, and somebody says, oh, they're doing that and doing that, they believe them. But when somebody says, oh, they're being abused, then they turn around and say, oh, you're only saying that because you want custody of them. And they believe them because they're believable, because they're the one that's got a good job and smart. Just because you got a good job doesn't mean that you're the right parent. Now, this man has been sentenced to death. Yes, Timothy has been sentenced to death, and they're probably going to appeal this, but the jury this time has it right. If your state has the death penalty, you got the right to use it at the right time for the right people. And he never gave these children a chance for life, so they must take his. And that's just the way it is. I mean, I really am not for the death penalty, but in some cases it is proven that this is the best way. He needs to sit in prison on death row. Now, we don't know how long he'll be on death row. I don't know how the Carolinas law works, how quick they put a person to death. But he beat one of the children to death. This child had a violent death, a very violent death, and the others, of course, was a violent death, but not like one of the children that got beaten to death and abused the most. He got targeted by the father for whatever reason. And he deserves the death penalty, and we have to believe in the jurors. That's why we have juries. And they gave him the death penalty. So hopefully he lives on death row for a while and suffers, because that is torture to know that you're going to be put to death at some point. But as we know, he can appeal this, and maybe his sentence will be life, commuted to life with no possibility of parole. But we'll wait and see on that one. And let's hope there's no mistakes in this case, that they can get their appeal overturned. But anyway, guys, that's the news. Timothy Jones was found guilty on all counts of 5 murders, and now the jury has given him the death penalty. The jury has spoken. So guys, don't forget to like and sub to my channel. Don't forget to press the bell and to be notified if you wish. And thank you for stopping by.